concentration and focus. I used to lack these tools and suffered extremely from them and regret to date that I did not work on my concentration and focus sooner. But what is past and I make the best of it. Also, it goes forward with small baby steps. I'm not turning back anymore. Enough about me. Let's get to the topic. First of all, let's ask ourselves, what is the difference between concentration and focus? Essentially, concentration is an exclusion of an object, whether mental or physical, which goes along with a narrower thought process. Let's take the example of a math problem. Calculate briefly times 125 halves equals. Do you have the result? Very good! Did you notice something? You have blanked out many things around you and concentrated only on the math problem. Did you notice it? Well, there is another kind of concentration. Increasing concentration can also mean that it's not just a separate shutting out, but an expansion of potential possibilities on a particular topic. As an example, if you are preparing a shadow theater for the children on the theme of the sea, think about 5 characters that you would cut out. You have now thought about different potential possibilities through your concentration and thus opened a kind of drawer, namely the drawer C, in your mind, and then you have decided on 5 things. You have expanded your field of vision in the drawer. I hope it's clear. Now for the focus. The focus has a fixed star. The focus is on something specific. Take an object in your room. Focus on it and then increase the concentration. You will certainly look at this object with slightly different eyes now. These two tools go hand in hand. If we increase concentration and focus at the same time, it can turn into devotion. Personally, I often look for double rhyme chains. This requires a great deal of focus and concentration. In fact, it requires both types of concentration that I have described. First, the equation must come together, containing the meaning and context, and second, the words from the drawer must rhyme with the theme. There should be a certain amount of concentration and serenity involved. The focus has been set, I don't need to change that unless I expand the field of view of my subject, that is, to pick out rhymes, there should be a high degree of openness and concentration. This is just one example where you can use this. Just as well it applies in other disciplines. For example, in basketball, the player must concentrate on keeping the ball with him against an opponent and still be open to free teammates near him. Or in surgery, where the doctor must concentrate on making the operation go smoothly, but if a situation arises that might be a little trickier, he must be open enough to make the right decisions. Or in playing chess, if someone is not open enough in his perception, he may not be able to guess the moves of his opponent. Concentration could also be translated as the intensity of attention on a certain thing. Where we direct most of our attention, concentration arises. The interesting thing is, when I concentrate my attention on a part of my body, for example in my hand, my perception narrows, expands at the same time in my hand. If I then move into openness and serenity, a kind of body awareness develops. In yogic teachings there are different bodies in one being. In the Western-oriented beliefs they assume that there is a spirit, the mind, a body, and maybe the soul, and in the yogic sciences they assume that there are 3 bodies. The normal body, which needs food and drink and rest and exertion. The astral body, or to put it in a more understandable way, the mental body, which is all sensation, energy sensation, feeling sensation and thought sensation. And then the causal body, One could say that the archetypes, according to Plato's original idea of man, are anchored there. Basically, we concentrate on a thing when we are interested in it. If we are enthusiastically interested in something, hardly anything can stop us from concentrating on that thing. Increase your interest. Whatever it is, take a devoted interest in it and the concentration and focus will follow.